that each of these questions is a really different kind of question, and so there were. We need to strike the ice balloons. What I think is kind of interesting is that we had a whole series of different questions come here, and this is just one question per group that no one coordinated to ask different questions. These are ones that you select out of your own stack. So one of the things that we want to bring up is that we're using really simple materials. We're using just an ice balloon and some very simple things to explore. But out of there, we end up exploring for about 20 minutes. Not only a number of questions arise, but a whole variety of questions. So you just want to bring up that it's sort of interesting that you can have very simple material, but it can lead to lots of different questions and investigations. And it seems like everyone was pretty curious. I heard a lot of oohs, ahs. Oh, check that out.
Yeah. I heard somebody say, ooh, a nail.
That was Joel.
I didn't have a hammer.
And the other thing is that was only about 20 minutes of investigating. It's actually a very short period of time. So it's sort of interesting, again, how something simple can lead to a lot of rich investigations. In fact, what we want to do is we want you to go back through your questions one more time. We want you to sort them into two different stacks. We want you to sort them in a stack that is investigable and one stack that you feel is non-investigable. I have a really hard time saying that, so I end up saying things like vegetable. What is it?
Investigatable.
Investigable. Invegetable. So we want you to take 5 minutes, go through, sort into a stack that is investigable and a stack that is not investigable. And just to sort of clarify, investigable questions are ones that can be you think can be investigated doing something concrete with tools and materials. And non-investigable ones are the ones you think cannot be answered using tools and materials that we have. Okay?
Theoretically, the tools and materials have to be readily available.
I would say that for the purposes of this, think about them being somewhat readily available, not necessarily in this classroom, but if we're thinking particle collider, that's probably a bit beyond. So they have to lead to some action, some concrete action, or ones that don't act to concrete action will be non-investigable.
So if it were, a question of like, if we were to do this all over again, it started like this way.
Just sort them the way that you think, into things that you think are investigable and non-investigable.
Yep.
And
This one would have to.
We're going to actually unpack that a little bit later, so use your own criteria, but
We just
think
observe
action
it.
or not actionable, that's probably a good first pass.
We can that one too. We can put that one here.